Hello and welcome back to the Chronicles of Guna YouTube channel. It's been a little while since I've put a video out. Need to get one done regarding the Torreira transfer and some more Arsenal bits and pieces. But of course, the World Cup has taken centre stage this past few weeks. England are in the semi-finals, and so it's only fair that I talk about England's semi-final versus Croatia. It's less than 24 hours away, and to say the country is buzzing with anticipation will be the understatement of the century. Supermarket chain Aldi have announced that they'll be closing all their stores in England at 3 p.m. should Gareth Southgate's side progress to Sunday's final, just in case it does indeed end up coming home. Standing in England's way is a Croatia team rich in talent, experienced at the highest level, and the nation responsible for England's failure to qualify for Euro 2008. Now, despite the confidence amongst most English supporters and the constant chance of its coming home, there are plenty of reasons to feel as though England themselves could be on their way home prior to Sunday's final. Croatian manager Zlatko Dalic has two of the world's finest midfield players at his disposal in Luka Modric and Ivan Rakitic, a formidable pair capable of outplaying almost anybody. Between them, they possess a level of creativity that I feel England have yet to face at these finals. And Southgate's men will be forced to concede possession and maintain their defensive shape for long periods of the game. Mario Mandzukic of Juventus is set to lead the line. He's another player who needs no introduction. They've won the UEFA Champions League 9 times between them, compared to England's 1, and 11 of the 23-man squad have at least 40 caps. Tells you all about the experience that side possess. Croatia's team have been together for a while now. Understand each other's strengths and weaknesses, and are one of the very few in this tournament who've displayed the type of cohesiveness that you tend to only find in the club game. There's a growing confidence amongst both camps, and that's to be expected considering both have had to overcome shootouts and battled extremely hard in order to reach this stage. Now, if I were in the Croatia dugout, my biggest concern would be keeping up with the movement of Raheem Sterling and Jesse Lingard. In particular, Raheem Sterling. He's been vital to England's success so far, despite not having scored at the tournament. He's been criticised heavily, I think unfairly as well, for his poor finishing. But in actual fact, any other player in that team wouldn't find themselves in those promising positions. 1 versus 1, he's an absolute nightmare to defend against. He's quick, tricky, and I think his performances at the tournament have been underrated. That could be to do with the media witch hunt that he's been a victim of just before the tournament began. Sounds as though Dalic's side will be without Atletico Madrid defender Simi Vrsaljko. He'll be a huge miss at right back, and now more than ever, there's a clear lack of pace in that back line. England will be looking to expose that space in behind, and that is why I expect Croatia to sit deep on the edge of their penalty area and rely on their counter-attacking prowess to inflict any damage. Equally, if I were in the England dugout, I'd have some big concerns too, though. You know, the middle of the park being the biggest. How do you stop midfield maestros like Modric and Rakitic? You simply cannot allow them to have time on the ball because they will pick you apart. Perisic and Rebic will give them options every time they get on the ball, and they can always go long to Mandzukic too. That may mean that the likes of Ashley Young and Kieran Trippier will need to think twice about bombing on with the freedom that they've been afforded against the likes of Tunisia, Panama, Sweden, for example. I expect this one to be tight and, to be honest, a bit of a chess match. I think it will go the distance, and whilst the fate of the famous trophy will remain unknown, either England or Croatia will be coming home. If I had to give a prediction, I would say 0-0. And I'm not being negative, but I'm going to go for a Croatian win on penalties. Why, you might ask? Because England winning a second penalty shootout in the same World Cup just might be a little too much to ask from the footballing gods. That's it for my preview. So you've got my prediction. Let me know yours in the comments below. Follow us on Twitter at Chronicles_AFC. And until next time, ciao.